Good morning, students. Yesterday we have already learned about the frequency response of low pass filter for step input. We have the different types of inputs: sinusoidal, step, ramp, square wave, exponential, pulse input. By applying the different types of input to the low pass filter, we have to observe the frequency response of the low pass filter. Now let us come to the frequency response of step signal when you are applying to the low pass filter. What is the response of the that filter? So we have to apply the step input to the low pass filter. Applying the input to the low pass filter. Here we are applying the input signal which is connected to the resistor and which is connected to the capacitor, so that the output which is noted across the V naught of across the capacitor. If the input is applied to the low pass filter at very low frequency, the capacitor is unchanged. That means T is equal to at the T is equal to 0 condition. At the T is equal to 0 condition, the capacitor remains on the unchanged position because of the input is low. At that time the time is T is equal to 0, so that capacitor is an unchanged condition, so that the output will not be produced. When you goes on increasing the input, so the time is also increases. At T is equal to 0 plus, or at T is equal to 1. At T is equal to 1. So as the input is increasing, the step signal is increasing, capacitor charges, and when the capacitor is charges, it stores the electric charge and then it produces the output. The output will produce exponentially. Because of the capacitor is charges, and then output voltage is rises exponentially towards the steady state value at the time constant. At time constant T is equal to tau, or T is equal to 0 plus or 1. So at that condition capacitor is charges. When the voltage at very high frequency, as the input is increasing at very high frequency, the capacitor can change instantaneously, and then it produces the output voltage equation as Vc of t is equal to Vf. Vf is the final voltage, that is the output voltage which is noted across the output V naught of S. Vf minus Vi. What I tell is, when the capacitor is charges, the output rises exponentially. That's why we are writing as a e power minus t by RC. The signal which is varying exponentially towards the steady state condition with the time constant. Here tau is equal to, we can also write as a tau is equal to RC. RC is the resistor and capacitor. These are all the time constants. When the time constants are changes, the response of the filter is also changes, because of the we are changing the resistor and capacitor values. If the resistor capacitor values are low, the capacitor cannot charge. If the capacitor value is changes, the capacitor is charges and rises its voltage exponentially towards its steady state condition. That means RC is nothing but a time constants. That can be written as a tau is equal to RC. Then when the output produces, when the capacitor is charges, we produce the output. So in that condition, the output can be expressed as Vc of t is equal to Vc of t is equal to Vf minus Vi e power minus t by RC. And then next, observe the this is the waveform. Observe the frequency response of the step signal. When you are changing the time constant, the signal is changes. That means when the step signal is applied at very low frequency, that means t is equal to 0 condition, capacitor is unchanged, that is in 0 condition. When the capacitor is changes, when the capacitor is changes at time constant, that capacitor changes means the time, when the time constants are changes, the capacitor is charges and then it produces the output voltage rises exponentially towards its steady state condition. That is known as the frequency response of the low pass filter. Frequency response of the low pass filter. Frequency response of the low pass. This is the frequency response of the low pass step signal. We have to observe the waveform. When you are applying the step signal it will be like this. We are applying this step signal like this. But when you are changing the time constants, the frequency response of the filter will be changes like this. The filter will be changes like this. So we have to observe the frequency response of low pass filter when step signal is applied. Once again come to the operation of the low pass filter for a step input. We are applying the step signal to the low pass filter. When the t is equal to when t is equal to 0 condition, even though we are applying the input step signal at t is equal to 0 condition, the capacitor is unchanged. When the time constants are changes, time constants means RC or t is equal to tau. When the time constants are changes, t is equal to, when time constants are changes, t is equal to tau or t is equal to RC. So when the time constants are changes, the capacitor is charges and raises its output exponentially towards its steady state condition so that it produces the output voltage across the capacitor. Vc of t is equal to Vf minus Vf is the capacitor is charges. That means it is producing the final value, rising the signal. Vf minus Vf minus Va e power minus t by Rc. This is the steady state condition of the when the time constants is changes. Next one, this is the waveform of the final graphical representation of the frequency response of low pass filter for a step input signal. This is the operation of the low pass filter when you are applying the step signal. We have completed the sinusoidal signal which is applied to the low pass filter, and now we are applying the step input to the low pass filter, and then we are observing the frequency response of the output signal. Let us calculate the rise time of the rise time of, so the rise time is defined as the time required for the output to reach the final value from 10% to 90% of its maximum value. 10% to let us calculate the rise time of the signal. Rise time which is defined as the when the signal is rises from initial value to final value, that is known as a rise time. That means when the signal is rises from minimum to maximum. Minimum means 10% to 90% of its maximum value, that is called as a rise time. Rise means it is increasing from low level to high level, so that time is known as a rise time. So TR is equal rise time which is expressed in as a TR. Rise time can be expressed as a TR, that is equal to what is the definition of rise time? When the time required for the signal to reach from final value to minimum value. So final value is the final means rise value, that is T2 minus T1, T2 minus T2 minus T1. Tr is equal to T2 minus T1. Tr is rise time, which is represented as rise time. Tr is equal to T2 minus T1. T2 is the rise time of the signal maximum value, that is 90% of its value. T1 is the initial value, that is when the signal reaches to the 10%. So rise time Tr is equal to rise time. So that is known as the rise. Let us calculate the T1. Rise time Tr is equal to T2 minus T1. So we can calculate now T1. So T1 is equal to Vf is, we can put the values. Vf is equal to V. Final voltage is equal to, we are taking as a voltage V, and input voltage VA we are taking as a 0. Ti input time Ti is equal to 0. Vc of t is equal to 0.4 volts. From the general equation of Vc of t, already we have seen that Vc of t is equal to, Vc of t is equal to Vf minus Va e power minus t minus t by Rc. Put these values in this expression, so that these values keeping into that expression, so that it will be like this. Putting the values, Vf nothing but a Vc of t is equal to 0.4, Vf V, Va is equal to 0, so Vv are cancelled, and then the expression will be like this. E power minus t1 by Rc is equal to 1 minus 0.1 is equal to 0.9. By applying the natural log on both sides, so the exponential will be cancelled, so that it will be written as T1 by Rc is equal to ln 0.9. So that the value of T1 is equal to 0.1 Rc. The value of T1 is equal to 0.1 Rc. Let us calculate the T2 value. So keeping the values, Vf is equal to V, Va is equal to 0, Ti is equal to 0. At t is equal to, small t is equal to T2, Vc of t is equal to T2, that value is 0.9 volts. And keeping the again these values into the Vc of t, final output voltage across the capacitor is charges. Putting these values, finally we will get the output Tt is equal to 2.3 Rc. Keeping these values, we can cancel the voltages, and it can be written as e power minus T2 by Rc is equal to 1 minus 0.9 into 0.1. Applying natural log on both sides, so that it will get the minus T2 by Rc is equal to ln 0.1. So T2 is equal to 0.3 Rc. So finally you can calculate the rise time. Tr is equal to T2 minus T1, that is Tr is equal to 2.2 Rc. This is the important bit when the online bit. For the online bits, Tr is equal to 2.2 Rc. Rise time for the low pass filter is 2.2 Rc. And then next, relation between the rise time and bandwidth. Next one is relation between rise time and bit. Already we have calculated the rise time. Rise time means, what is the value of rise time? Tr is equal to 2.2 Rc. Tr is equal to 2.2 Rc. So that can be, bandwidth is equal to Fh minus Fl. This is the lower frequency. Here it is the lower frequency, and it is the higher frequency. So the bandwidth can be taken from the low frequency to high frequency. The bandwidth can be written as Bw is equal to Fh minus Fl. Bw is equal to Fh. That means Fl is 0, because of the in low pass filter at low frequency. At low frequency it is 0. Fl is equal to 0. Tr is equal to 2.2 Rc. This can be taken as a equation 1, where Fh is equal to 1 by 2 pi Rc. How we have already learned in the sinusoidal signal, when it is applied to the low pass filter, upper cutoff frequency Fh is the upper upper cutoff frequency, fh is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, that is equal to bandwidth. So that we have to calculate the time constants RC. RC is equal to 1 by 2 pi bandwidth. This can be taken as a this can be taken as a equation 2. So substitute equation 2 in 1. Tr is equal to 2.2 RC. 2.2 RC, 1 by 2 pi. RC means bandwidth. So Tr is equal to 0.35 by bandwidth. Tr is equal to, here bandwidth can be written as Fh. Tr proportional to 1 by Fh. Tr to Fh is equal to 0.35. This is the relation between rise time and bandwidth. This is the relation between the rise time and bandwidth. These are all the problems related to the rise time and calculating the bandwidth. These are all the problems. And then next, let us come to the square wave input of the low pass filter. We have already learned when the sinusoidal signal is applied to the low pass filter, we have observed the frequency response of the low pass filter. When the step signal is applied to the low pass filter, we have observed the frequency response of the low pass filter. Now we are applying the square wave input. We are applying the square wave input to the low pass filter. We are applying the square wave input to the low pass filter. What is the circuit of the low pass filter? We have to take the one resistor and one capacitor. This is the input, output is here, this is output, the output which is noted across the capacitor. This is resistor and this is the capacitor. This is the low pass filter circuit. For the low pass filter circuit, we are applying the input is square wave signal. We are applying the input is square wave signal. We have to observe the frequency response of the low pass filter when the time constants are changes. Here time constants are RC values. When the time constants are changes, we have to observe the waveform of the signal. We have to observe the waveform of the signal. This is the square wave input signal. This is the square wave input signal. When the time constants are changes, when suppose if it is t is equal to 0 condition, the input is same as the output. When we are applying the time constants is very low, RC far less than tau. This is RC far less than tau. That means we are applying the time constants are very low. So in that case, the signal will be like this. In this case, the signal will be like this. Input is like this. We are applying the input is same as the low pass filter, but we will getting the output is like that. Here it is occurring the some tilt. This dotted line is known as a tilt when the time constants are changes. That value is, the tilt value is 0.01 RC. This is also important thing for the online bits. When the time constants RC far less than tau, the tilt will be occurred because of the at very low time constant. The signal cannot be transmitted same as the output. The input signal does not produce same as the output because of the time constants are very low. And then we are changing the time constants again. RC less than or equal to or proportional to or equal to RC or equal to tau. When the time constants are nearly equal to or approximately equal to tau, then it is can be the output signal can be written as like this signal. So output will be falls down because of the when the inputs are changes, when the time constants are changes, the output the output frequency response will also changes. The output frequency response is also changes. This is the frequency response of the when the time constants are changes. And again we are changing the time constants RC far greater than T, so the signal will be like this. The signal will be like this. See, this is the V this is V dash is the rising voltage, V double dash, here this is V double dash, V double dash, V double dash is the falling edge, V double dash is the falling edge, V1 is the positive voltage and V2 is the negative voltage, V2 is the negative voltage, V1 and V2. See the input signal, square wave signal. This is V dash, this is V double dash, this is V1, this is V2. V dash is the rising voltage across the capacitor and V double dash is the falling voltage across the capacitor. V1 is the positive voltage and V2 is the negative voltage. So this is the full signal. This is the full signal of the signal. Let us calculate the expressions for the low pass filter when the time constants are changes. Derivation of the square wave signal when it is applied to the low pass filter. So from the rising portion of the circuit, this is the square wave signal, this is the square wave signal, this is the rising portion, that means V dash, this is the rising portion, this is the falling portion, V dash, and it is the V01 and it is the V02, this is the V02. So from the equation, from the rising portion of the circuit, V01 is equal to V dash, rising portion, this is rising portion, V dash minus V dash minus V2, this is the V2, this is V. From the rising portion, V01 is equal to V dash minus V2 e power minus T by RC. V01, V dash, this is the V dash, and again V dash minus, and the signal continuously connected to the rising portion of the signal. When it is comes to the low value, and again it will get the negative portion, that is falling portion, that is V double dash. So that the expression can be written when the time constants are changes at t is equal to 0 condition. At t is equal to 0 condition, why you are writing the e power minus t by RC means when the time constants are changes, the signal is exponentially reduces. The signal like this exponentially reduces. That's why we are writing the e power minus t1 by RC. And again the equation for falling portion. Let us see the equation for the falling portion. This is rising portion and this is falling portion. So V double dash, that means V02, this is V01 and V dash, V02 and V double dash. So V02 is equal to V double dash. We are writing the equation for the falling portion. Falling portion means V double dash minus V1. Why we are writing the V1 means this falling portion which is connected to the rising portion. That's why we are writing the V dash minus V1, and the signal time constants are changes. It is like this, exponentially changed. That's why we are writing e power minus T2 by RC. So that is the V01 with voltage capacitor at T is equal to T1. V double dash is the level to which the capacitor can discharge. That means negative charge means when the capacitor is discharges. This rising portion means when the capacitor is charges, it will get the rising voltage, and the capacitor is charges, it get the falling edge. And next, setting the value V01 is equal to V. V01 is equal to V. Taking the values, V01 is equal to V at t is equal to small t1. Keeping these values in the above equation, that is V01 equation. V01 equation is like this. So V1 is equal to V dash minus V2 e power minus t1 by RC. By keeping these values V01 at small t is equal to capital T1. So the expression can be taken as like this. And again setting the values, V02 is equal to V2 at t is equal to T1 plus T2. Total time t is equal to T1 plus T2. Total time T1 plus T2. Putting these values into the V02 equation in this equation. So by keeping these values and substituting the above values, substituting these values, so the equation will be like this. Substitute V2 value in V1. This is the V1 value. This is the V1 value. This is the V1 value, and this is the V2 value. V1 and V1. This is the V2 value. So substituting V2 into the V1. Substituting V2 into the V1. So what is V2? V1 is equal to V dash. We are writing the same as 1 minus e power minus t1 by RC plus V double dash. That means we are getting the V2. What is the value here? V dash 1 minus e power minus t1 by RC plus V2. What is the equation of V2? V double dash 1 minus e power minus t2 by RC plus V1 e power minus t2 by RC. This is the V2. Substituting the whole V2 value into this V2 plus, so that it will be taken. And see the equations. If any terms are cancelled, or if any terms are common, it can be taken as a common values, and V1 and V2 values can be taken, and finally the expression can be written as V by 2 voltage is equal to 1 minus e power minus t by 2 RC, 1 plus e power minus t by 2 RC. This is the final voltage of the V1, and it is same as V2 also. This is the same as the V2 also. V2 is equal to can also write the V2 value. V2 value is equal to V by 2 1 minus e power t by 2 RC by 1 plus e power minus t by 2 RC. V1 and we get the V1 and V2 values. This is the V2 value. So finally we have to calculate the V1 and V2 values for the step signal when you are applying for the low pass filter. First we have to write the low pass filter circuit diagram and square wave input signal, and operation is when the different time constants are applying to the low pass filter. The square wave, for the square wave input we are applying the different types of time constants. At different time constants, the response of the signal is changes. So first we have to write the operation of the square wave input when input is applied to the low pass filter, means when at the different time constants how the signals will be changes. Time constants when the different types of time constants is applied, how the signals will be changes we have to observe. For that values we have to calculate the V1 and V2 voltages. This is the step. This is the square wave signal when it is applied to the low pass filter. This is the important question for the final exams. Important. Low pass filter and high pass filters are the most very important questions in the first unit, linear wave shaping. High pass filter and low pass filters are the very important questions. In this, square wave input signal is important when it is applied to the low pass filter. This is the concept of the low pass filter. Once square wave signal is applied, let us come to the ramp signal. Let us come to the next input is ramp input. Next input is ramp input. When the ramp input is applied to the low pass filter, we are applying the input signal to the resistor, and resistor which is connected to the capacitor, the output which is noted across capacitor. In frequency domain, it is can be written as V of S, I of S, and 1 by Cs. When a low pass RC circuit is applied by ramp, when the ramp input is applied, when the ramp input, this is the ramp input. When the ramp input is applied, this is the ramp signal. When the ramp input is applied to the low pass filter, we have to observe the frequency response. So let us applying the ramp input to the low pass filter, so that Va of t is equal to alpha t. Alpha is the slope error. Here alpha is the slope. Va of s is equal to alpha t is the slope error, and Va of s is equal to alpha by s square in frequency domain. So where alpha is the slope of the ramp, the output response for the low pass filter circuit is when we are applying the ramp signal to the low pass circuit. Ramp input signal is alpha t. Va of t is equal to alpha t. When you are applying alpha t, and we have to observe the frequency output response. So V naught of s is equal to Va of s into 1 by Cs by R plus 1 by Cs. V naught of s is equal to alpha by s square into 1 by 1 plus RCS. So this expression can be written as V naught of s is equal to alpha by s square into 1 by, we are taking the RCS a common, so 1 by RC plus S. V naught of S is equal to, we can write the independently, so alpha by RC 1 by S square into S plus 1 by RC. 1 by S square by S plus 1 by RC. By using the partial fraction, the expression can be written as, the above expression can be written as by using the partial fractions. So alpha by alpha is equal alpha square minus alpha square is minus RC square by S plus RC by S square plus RC square by S plus 1 by RC. S plus 1 by RC. So that minus we have to divide into the equation alpha minus alpha RC by S minus alpha by S square. RC is cancelled, plus alpha by alpha RC by S plus 1 by RC. Alpha RC by S plus 1 by RC, and then by applying the inverse Laplace transform to the above expression. This is the expression. This is the final expression when partial fractions is applied to this V naught of S. So the expression is, for this expression we are applying the inverse Laplace transform. We are applying the inverse Laplace transform, so that the expression is minus alpha RC plus alpha t plus alpha RC e power minus t by RC. V naught of S is equal to minus alpha RC plus alpha t plus alpha RC e power minus t by RC when inverse Laplace transform applied on both sides. So if the time constant RC is very small, then it can be written as e power minus t by RC is equal to 0. So V naught of S is equal to alpha t minus RC. Alpha t minus RC. This is the final expression. V naught of S is equal to alpha t minus RC. This is the frequency response of the ramp signal when we are applying the ramp signal at different time constant, that is RC far less than 1, RC far greater than 1. At far less than when the input signal is applied to the low pass filter. If the ramp signal is small, then the time constants are also small. The ramp output will also done, and it will get the minimum distortions. Right? Time constant is very small. If the time constant is very high, it will get the distortions. So RC far less than 1, the ramp input is like this, and the RC far greater than the ramp input is like this. This is the frequency response of the low pass filter when the ramp input is applied to the low pass filter, when the time constant is very small. The total ramp time will be transmitted with minimum distortion. If the time constant is delayed or one time constant, it will get some distortions. So it is highly distorted. This is highly distorted. That means the slope, both the signals will be collapsed. So that is the distortions. This is the final frequency response of the ramp when it is applied to the low pass filter. The next topic is exponential input. When exponential input is applied to the ramp, when the exponential input is applied to the ramp, when the exponential input is applied to the low pass filter, so we need to write like this. Exponential signal will be like this. So we are applying the exponential signal to the low pass filter. So V of t is equal to V1 minus, we are applying the input signal, Vi is equal to A of t is equal to V1 minus e power minus t by tau is the time constant. Applying KVL around the loop. So by applying the KVL around this loop, so V of t is equal to array of t plus V naught of t. Applying KVL to the above circuit, V naught of t. V of t is equal to RC dV naught by, when we are applying the derivative dV naught by dt plus V naught of t. So V power 1 minus e power minus t by RC is equal to RC dV naught by dt plus V naught of t. But the exponential input for rise time is TR1 is equal to 2.2 RC. Right? We have already known the rise time, that is TR1 is equal to 2.2 RC. And this is the final expression, final waveform of the exponential frequency response. We are observing the frequency response of the low pass filter. For the exponential input. When we are applying the when we are applying the exponential signal to the low pass filter, the signal frequency response is like this. The signal frequency response is like this. When you are applying the exponential input and again applying the KVL voltage and derive the expression rise to, and signal will be like this. So this is the exponential input for the low pass filter. In the next session we will discuss the integrator and applications and then high pass filter. This is the complete of the low pass filter. When we are applying the different types of inputs, low pass filter topic will be completed. That means for the only the low pass filter we are applying the different types of inputs, that is sinusoidal signal, step signal, square wave signal, ramp signal and exponential signal. These 5 inputs which are applied to the low pass filter, and we are observing the frequency response of the low pass filter. So this is the low pass filter. Next one we have the high pass filter. For the high pass filter also we have to apply these different types of inputs, and we have to observe the frequency response. And we have all of you please refer the Anand Kumar, A. Anand Kumar by A. Anand Kumar in the second edition. Please, if anyone is having the doubts, please contact me.